Hi, everyone. Happy Monday morning. I am Carol Williams with Williams Immigration, and we are back for another Monday morning Beyond the Soundbite, where we talk about all things U.S. immigration that have happened in roughly the last week or so that I think you should know about, that I think you will find helpful. So, the very first thing I want to talk about, which I think is fantastic news. The Immigration Service has decided to allow us to submit scanned signatures, so scanned from the original wet signature for all application types. Wet signatures, the actual ink, are no longer required for our application types, for any of them, even when the instructions say that a wet signature is required. So that is new. They made that announcement the very end of July. So that is super exciting news. Cuts way back on the back and forth of getting documents back and forth and mailing documents and meeting folks in person. This came about in March 2020 as a temporary measure based on COVID protocols, but now it is something that they are making permanent. So again, scanned original signatures or copies of those original signatures are now acceptable on all of the form applications. Immigration Service has recommended that you keep the actual wet signature document just in case they ask you for it later. So you definitely want to keep that in a safe place with the rest of your immigration documents. So I wanted to lead off with that because I, for one, am super excited about that news. It's going to cut back on time, and I just think it makes it much more efficient for us when working with our clients and preparing applications for them. The second thing I want to talk about this morning is the extension and redesignation of TPS for Syrian nationals. So those dates are going to coincide for the extension and the redesignation. That new 18-month period is going to be from September 1st of this year to March 31st of 2024. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to our office at 954-903-1337, and that is certainly something that we can help you with. The other thing that I want to talk with y'all about this morning are Social Security tentative non-confirmation notices for E-Verify. So I talked about this, I believe it was last week, but it definitely bears repeating. If you have received a Social Security no match or a tentative non-confirmation that was issued on or after July 15th, all of those tentative non-confirmations are due in the normal processing time. The service has ended the policy, the temporary policy of allowing more time to respond due to COVID. The Social Security offices are now open. People have access to those offices and those individuals. And so they are no longer allowing more time to reach out to Social Security Administration. So if your Social Security no match tentative non-confirmation was issued on or after July 15th of this year, 2022, you have the normal amount of time in which to respond. If it was issued between March 2nd of 2020 and July 14th of 2022, you do have that extended amount of time to respond. So if that is something that you have questions on, feel free to reach out to us, and we are more than happy to help you. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is a bit of good news for our U.S. military members who either have applied for U.S. citizenship or will be applying in the future. If you are a U.S. military member and you are applying for U.S. citizenship, you must have been discharged under honorable conditions according to the law. So the law says that if you have already been discharged, it must have been under honorable conditions. The Immigration Service is now extending and making a little bit broader how they are defining under honorable conditions. So that now includes individuals whose departure from the military service has been characterized as honorable general under honorable conditions, and they are now including uncharacterized discharges. So if you are a U.S. military member and you are looking to apply for U.S. citizenship, those are the three discharging conditions that now meet the legal definition under the Immigration Service of under honorable conditions. This new guidance will become effective as soon as it's published in the policy manual. So once that is updated, we will be able to use this. And this will apply to all pending and future applications as of the time the policy manual is updated. The other thing that the Immigration Service has said is that applicants who were previously denied U.S. citizenship because they could not meet the under honorable conditions provision in the rule can now reapply without filing a new fee. So if that applies to you or you have any questions about this, please feel free to reach out to my office at 954-903-1337, and we will be happy to help you. That is all I have for this Monday morning edition of Beyond the Soundbite. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at 954-903-1337. Have a wonderful Monday morning and a fantastic